Are you a Korean actor wondering if you have what it takes to book roles globally? Well, meet Amy. A few months ago, she was in Seoul taking my online class. Today, she's living in North America with an agent who's called her portfolio perfect.
Hi, I'm Amy Baik. I'm an actress working in the North American market. I bring a global background and a unique perspective as an Asian performer. I'm passionate about contributing to cultural diversity and collaborating on international projects. I also love to be a cultural bridge between Korea and US. We first met in 2024 through Hollywood Boot Camp. And we were able to develop my portfolio of my demo reels, headshots, and more for the Hollywood market. And with her coaching, and I worked hard, and now I'm working in North America. 한국어로 다시 소개드리겠습니다. 안녕하세요. 저는 지금 북미 시장에서 활동하고 있는 배우 에이미 백입니다. 저는 글로벌한 경험과 아시아 배우로서 독특한 시각을 바탕으로 조금 차별화된 배우가 되고 싶었어요. 다양한 문화적 배경을 가진 프로젝트에 좀 참여를 하면서 문화적 다양성에도 기여를 하고 한국과 미국을 연결하는 문화적인 브릿지 역할도 하고 싶어요. 특히 저는 조금 작은 체구이지만 존재감이 좀 큰 액션 캐릭터처럼 제 이미지랑 에너지를 살릴 수 있는 역할에 끌리고 또 강한 것 같아요. 알리와 재정연 2024년에 처음으로 업스테이지를 통해서 만나게 되었어요. 그래서 이제 할리우드 시장을 위한 데모릴, 뭐 헤드샷, 그러니까 프로필, 그리고 포트폴리오를 좀 발전시키고 싶다는 생각을 했고 저희는 실제로 발전시킬 수 있었습니다. When I was working in Korea, I was often cast in a cute or a very student. While learning the US auditions process, I realized that the North American market values strong individuality and the diversity in character types. This made me rethink about my career direction and focus on finding roles that only I have. Working with Ali, we just spent time identifying my character types, exercise, and trends in casting. And she helped me to find my own character type through that process. I trusted Ali because she actually manages Asian clients who are currently booking US, like commercials, TV series, and films. She helped and supported me to figure out the characters between Korean and US. And finally, I discovered my strengths as an Asian actress. 한국어로 다시 말씀을 드린다면, 한국에서 활동할 때 저는 주로 조금 많이 귀엽거나 학생 역할을 많이 했었어요. 근데 미국 오디션의 경우에는 혹은 북미 오디션의 경우에는 북미 시장은 배우의 개성이나 다양한 캐릭터 유형을 진짜 중요하게 본다는 것을 깨닫게 되었는데요. 그 계기를 통해서 저의 커리어 방향에 대해서 다시 생각하게 되었어요. 이제 알리와 함께 작업을 하면서 장면을 만들기 전에 먼저 제 캐릭터 타입을 찾는 과정에 집중을 하는 게 굉장히 도움이 많이 되었던 것 같아요. 예를 들면 뭐 요즘에 유행하는 캐릭터 타입이 미국에서 무엇이 있는지, 그리고 어떤 차이가 캐스팅에 있어서 미국 시장과 한국 시장에 있는지 이런 부분도 저희가 깨달을 수 있었고요. 저의 경우에는 조금 통통 튀는 귀여운 에너지랑 어쩔 때는 또 날카로운 인상을 가지고 있을 때가 있는데 이런 양면성도 활용할 수 있고 액션도 할 수 있는 배우가 되면서 저만의 좀 차별화된 캐릭터 영역을 찾을 수 있었던 것 같아요.
I remember when we worked together to find different characters and scenes that we could shoot. And it's really exciting to see that you actually did it and we did it together. It was wonderful.
Hey, excuse me? I was taking them.
You put them back.
No, I took them down. I was still getting them.
I think some Korean actors have some fear or a little bit worrying about acting in English. So, do you think which point Hollywood actually looking from us? like from Korean actors. 한국어로 다시 질문을 드리자면 한국 배우들이 이제 영어 연기를 하는 것에 대해서 가끔은 걱정이 되거나 내가 잘할 수 있을까라는 생각이 드는 때가 있는 것 같아요. 저 역시도 그랬고요. 그래서 과연 할리우드는 저희에게서 어떤 것을 보고 싶어 하는지가 궁금해요. 네.
I really want to stress that I've seen firsthand that in LA and Hollywood, we really are looking for authentic and grounded performances. And characters don't have to have a perfect American accent or to be just American in their full sense. So I think it's great that Amy doesn't need to put on a fake voice and she can just be herself and be natural. So, how did working with us help you feel more comfortable with your English dialogue?
To work in North American market, I had to learn a very standard American accent. Ellie and Devin are really open to everyone, even someone is not fluent in English or is just beginner of the English. They help me to express the English accent and intonations naturally. When I work with Devin and Ali, they were really good partner and team. Ali tried to teach us about the way to act naturally and how can we access to English acting, and Devin taught me about very specific intonations or accent or some flow of the English. She told me about thinking about accent feels like understanding the culture of English. Through that, I could learn how can I think of English not only as a language but also a part of a culture. 한국말로 다시 설명을 드리자면 알리와 데본 두 분 모두 한국 문화에 대해서 이해가 정말 깊으시고 가끔 저희 한국말로 대화도 했거든요. 그래서 뭔가 내가 영어를 잘할 수 있을까? 이 수업에 내가 영어만으로 못하면 어떡하지? 이런 걱정이 있으시다면 저희 한국에 대해서 관심이 정말 많으시고 정말 이해가 깊으셔서 걱정 안 하셔도 괜찮을 것 같아요. 그리고 이제 저희가 함께 프로젝트를 하게 되면서 오디션에서도 이제 글로벌 배우로서 어떻게 역할을 수행할 수 있을지도 알려주시고 알리께서는 큰 그림을 봐주시면서 영어 액팅에 있어서 어떤 자세로 임하고 어떤 액센트, 어떤 인토네이션, 어떤 태도 그리고 어떤 그림으로 가야 되는지를 많이 알려주셨고요. 대본께서는 이제 디테일한 부분을 많이 봐주셨어요. 예를 들면 단어에 이 강세를 강조해야 한다. 혹은 이런 리듬으로 말을 해야 맛이 산다. 그러니까 대사 맛이 산다. 이런 부분을 많이 강조를 해주셨고 이 두 개가 합쳐지니까 전체 씬을 연기할 때 이 부분들이 이렇게 뭔가 시너지가 나더라고요. 그래서 영어를 능숙하게 말하면서도 US 마켓, 그러니까 미국 시장에서 원하는 플로우로 말할 수 있는 능력이 생긴 것 같아요.
If we go back to the time that you filmed your first self-tape, it was the first time that you'd ever done that kind of work in English. I gave you some ideas to work on to improve it. How did what I do help you?
Thanks to the detailed lesson materials, including Korean translations, I could easily prepare and review for everything. I didn't just learn acting. For example, I gained practical and precise steps to build a global portfolio and strengthen my skills for international projects. The process was practical through scene work, filming short scenes, and creating on-set chemistry with other actor. 한국어로 다시 설명을 드리자면, 이제 저희가 수업을 할 때 한국어 번역본을 함께 주셨었어요. 그래서 영어 그 컨텐츠를 내가 다 못 알아들으면 어떡하지라는 걱정을 너무나 깔끔히 해결해 주셨고요. 그리고 이제 글로벌 포트폴리오를 좀 만들고 국제 프로젝트에서 필요한 역량을 최대화할 수 있는 좀 실질적이고 정확한 단계를 배울 수 있었어요. 되게 실용적이라고 느꼈거든요. 이제 저희가 장면을 만들거나 촬영을 하거나 현장에서 이제 배우들끼리 케미를 만드는 것에 있어서도 깊이 있게 표현하는 방법을 자세히 배울 수 있었어요. 이 훈련은 좀 북미 시장에서 아시안 배우로서의 경쟁력을 직접적으로 높여줄 수 있다 느꼈고 인정받는 수준의 연기까지 올라가는데 굉장히 도움이 많이 되었습니다. 네. Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
When you look at a self-tape, how does your perspective after from the kind of directions we usually get in Seoul?
So, I mean, when I look at a lot of self-tapes through my work, and I always think about it in terms of how a casting director in the US would be looking at it. And so, because I'm always trying to get my actors get their self-tapes turned into actually booking jobs, I'm going to give you the same feedback that I would give an actor in LA. So hopefully it was helpful to you. Can you tell me a little bit about what it was like when we did the demo reel shoot with Devin and me in Seoul? And how was that different from other shoots that you've done in Korea?
Devin and Ali provided some precise and insightful guidance as both a writer and the director, like offering clear directions for every scene and enabled me to fully understand and execute the feeling or mood of each performance. 촬영장에서 대본님과 이제 알리님을 작가이자 감독님으로서 되게 세밀하고 통찰력 있는 지도를 주셨다고 느꼈어요. 각 장면에 대해서 어떤 연출로 접근해야 되고 제가 배우라면 어떤 것을 꼭 짚고 넘어가야 되는지 그런 포인트들을 이렇게 짚어주셨고요. 그리고 그런 피드백과 디렉트 덕분에 저는 장면마다의 미묘한 그 뉘앙스 차이를 되게 이해할 수 있었고 또 영어랑 한국어랑 조금 다르기 때문에 거기서 오는 차이까지도 익힐 수 있었던 것 같아요. 그리고 북미 시장에서는 저의 경우는 조금 당돌한 아시안 대학생 아니면 좀 건방진 여성 아니면 귀여운 뭐 아시안 여자친구 이런 역할들을 좀 다양히 소화할 수 있었던 것 같아요. 감사해요. 네, 감사합니다.
You told me that your agent specifically said that your portfolio was perfectly made. And why do you think it stood out so much from other actors who may have come to North America without having taken a class from Upstage Entertainment?
Ali manages Asian clients who book US TV and film roles, so the materials met the exact current industry standard.
How being able to keep in touch with Upstage Entertainment has kind of helped you build yourself up even more.
Oh, yeah. First of all, I'm really happy that we're keeping in touch and our relationship didn't just end when the class was over. Like Ali has continued to be a true mentor to me. Yeah, even during my move to North America, and she has kept supporting me and rooting for me. Thank you. You aren't just paying for a few hours of class, you are just gaining a manager's guidance.
Amy, if you were going to talk to Korean actors who are thinking about taking a class with Upstage Entertainment, what would you give them as a little piece of advice?
First of all, I just want to emphasize not to be shy or just be courageous. Like, don't be afraid of starting English class. Even if you are just a beginner, I hope that you just have a first step for your career and just don't be afraid of anything. 네, 한국어로 다시 말씀드려볼게요. 첫 번째로 영어로서 뭔가를 시작하는 것에 두려움을 갖지 않는 게 저는 제일 크게 필요하다고 느낀 것 같아요. 저 역시도 한국어로 연기를 할 때랑 다르게 영어로 연기를 할 때는 내가 단어 하나라도 실수하면 어떡하지? 아니면 이 발음이 틀리면 어떡하지? 아니면 이 문법이 틀리면 어떡하지? 이 두려움 때문에 뭔가 더 버벅이게 되고 더 어색해지고 뭔가 첫발을 못 대겠더라고요. 근데 일단 두려움을 가지지 않고 영어 한마디라도 해보고 한마디라도 영어권 분들과 이제 대화를 해보려고 하고 이런 첫 시도가 모든 것의 시작점이라고 저는 느껴요. 그래서 이 부분이 저한테도 저 자신에게도 되게 큰 어떤 동기부여였고 모든 분들에게 이 부분이 진짜 너무너무 도움이 될 것 같아서 꼭 말씀드리고 싶었습니다.
Sometimes when we have our online class, which can sometimes be around, let's say, 6 students, within those 6 students, we're always going to have a different type of English from everybody in the class. And I would say that we try to make sure that there's scenes that are suited right for the strengths of each of the students. So I work really hard to make sure that everybody feels challenged, but not overwhelmed, and they don't necessarily lose their confidence.
Yeah.
Because really, what I would say
Mhm.
most of all,
Mm.
your confidence after leaving the class has
Mhm.
just grown by a lot. I think that the confidence that you get from taking a class really helps you go further in your career, whether it's in Korea or whether it's abroad.
Be courageous. Yeah, is the key point. Yeah.
Talking a little bit more about Amy, you just look like a real person having a real conversation. You don't put on a fake voice or forced expressions. And that's why it works. It directly addresses the fear that Korean actors have about acting in a second language. It shows that honesty is more important than perfection. And the Korean industry tried to force you into a box to be cute, but you have a natural edge that is absolutely perfect for action roles and dramas in North America. And you finally were able to lean into that strength instead of hiding it.
A lot of actors in Korea are naturally have a little bit fear of international consulting or coaching. Ali and Upstage is very professional real Hollywood manager. I trusted Ali because she actually manages Asian clients who are currently booking US commercials, TV series, or films. She isn't just guessing, like, she knows exactly what the industry really wants right now. I had taken regular English classes or just standard acting classes in Korea before, but this was different, totally different. Like, Ali didn't just teach me how to act, she taught me the exact steps. For example, how can I build a portfolio that I could actually use to submit for global opportunities like in the North America or some different countries also. It was incredibly practical. Me or someone are worried about that English skills isn't perfect or not that fluent, don't let that stops you. Ali deeply understands Korean cultures very well and she's a great communicator, I think. So no matter what your English level is, she will work with you to find real improvement. In fact, my English naturally got a lot better just by taking her classes and working through the scenes with her. The way the classes are structured is so helpful for especially Korean speakers. Or the materials Ali provides are incredibly detailed and come with Korean translations. This meant I could fully prepare before we even logged onto the class. I had enough time to prepare for that, and I could always look back at the contents to review my notes later. Still, I'm using that notes, yeah, before my auditions now. Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Yeah. When we talk about overall value, the investment in this class paid off in ways I didn't expect. Like, the relationship didn't just end when the class was over. Ellie continued to be a true mentor to me. Not only me, but also another actors who had a class with her. And even during my move to North America, she has kept supporting me and rooting for me. I truly appreciate it. Yeah. And you aren't just paying for a few hours of class, and you are gaining a manager's guidance. Devin helped me with the mood and feeling of the English dialogue, and she didn't make me feel bad about my accent. Instead, she just tweaked my delivery so that the dialogue sounded totally natural. So you two are the perfect team, I think. Yeah. Having Devin focus on the fine details of my English delivery and the on-set productions, while Ali made sure everything fit exactly what Hollywood casting directors are looking for, meant I had no blind spots. I felt completely prepared because I was getting the best advice from both sides of the industry. Working with you just helped me figure out my exact casting type, and now I know exactly what kinds of roles suit me in the US and whole North American market.
Thank you for
Thank
taking the
you.
time. It was so
Thank
nice to meet up
you.
with you again.